Good morning, everyone. I ask that you please stand as our fifth grades proceeds in for the fifth grade step-up ceremony. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, welcome everyone to Westchester Country Day School's fifth grade step-up ceremony. Thank you for gathering with us both here in person and virtually for this joyous occasion to conclude the fifth graders' experience in lower school and to prepare them for the step up to the next division of middle school. To begin our program, I would like to invite Mr. Mickey to play an excerpt from WCDS senior Aiden Apple's rendition of Pure Imagination from the recent all-school production of Willy Wonka Jr.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. You begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no place I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
These lyrics from the show Willy Wonka Jr. are words of wisdom that I felt were so fitting for your graduation from lower school. For many of you, the start of your journey to this point began with the purest of imaginations, way back in pre-kindergarten or kindergarten. If you recall, this is where you learned the valuable skills of friendship, sharing, taking turns, and most importantly, the power of play. You came up with imaginative games to play, built towering forts and cities with blocks and vehicles, and created mysterious creatures and figures with Play-Doh. Throughout the years, you continued to hold on to that imagination, and it was harnessed through fun projects in class and through extracurricular activities such as Odyssey of the Mind, talent show performances, and all-school productions. This year, we were so thrilled to be able to have an all-school production of Roald Dahl's Willy Wonka Jr. just a few weeks ago, which starred 3 of our very own 5th graders, Madara Patron, James Collins, and Jack Briggs. As I watched in the audience in wonder and amazement at the talent in our school community, I was also inspired to write these 5th grade reflections and remind you of all the sweet memories from lower school under the theme of a treat that almost all children enjoy: candy. The first connection is with, hold tight, Laffy Taffy. There is truly something special about the smile and laughter that young children make. The laughter and smiles you exhibited on days like Blue White Day, in those bounce houses and the cakewalk, or receiving special treats like cotton candy or ice cream. And then there was Field Day, each year with games like musical chairs with water buckets, tug of war, and giant beach volleyball that were sure to produce a gaggle of giggles. And how could you forget Kite Day in 1st grade when you spent a solid hour running back and forth on the soccer field trying to get your kite to catch the wind? Once you finally got it, the victory brought a ginormous smile across your face, and laughter soon followed. Kit Kat. Give me a break, give me a break. Ask any lower school student that what is their favorite part of the day, and they are likely to say, break. What started out as playground time morphed into recess, and today you call it the ever so grown up break time. When I asked you what one thing you're going to miss most about lower school, many of you echoed sentiments about break time. This is where you figured out it doesn't matter if you're the best on the team. It's where you formed many of your friendships, learned you should always be kind, and how to include others. I'm going to ask you to use your imagination for the next one because my next props seem to have gone missing. But imagine I am holding up some sweet tarts right now. Speaking of friendships, I use these sweet tarts to describe your friendships over the years. Sometimes sweet, sometimes tart. Most importantly, you learned how to navigate those tough times and get through them on the other side in a positive way. Just like Maddie said, hang on to your friends, even in the roughest times. Those are prophetic words of wisdom that will serve you well as you move into middle school. Almond joy. What brought you joy in lower school? Lots of things, actually. The first grade circus, Grandparents' Day, field trips to the North Carolina Zoo in third grade, and trips to CC's Pizza, even if you had to leave early, and the capital city, Raleigh, in fourth grade. One thing that really sparked joy was winning an all-school Change for Change nomination for the Ellen Fund, when you were gung-ho to save the gorillas after you read The One and Only Ivan with Miss Martin. You discovered there was great joy in making a difference for others. Smarties, you are all incredibly smart. One important skill you learned over the years is to study hard, and hard work pays off. You've listened to your teachers and developed strong study habits that will be so valuable in middle school. Hershey's chocolate. When I spotted the Hershey bar in the candy aisle, it immediately reminded me of your fourth grade wax museum project, but especially Davis's impersonation of Milton Hershey. Just like many of your projects over the years, the Wax Museum taught you that time management and practice, practice, practice yields a sweet result. M&Ms. Does anyone know what M&Ms stand for? Well, to me, it stands for marvelous and magnificent, and that describes this group of fifth graders to a T. You have done a marvelous things throughout lower school, and you have achieved magnificent accomplishments. You know your math facts thanks to rocket ship math. You can determine the surface area of a solid figure. You're good at simplifying fractions. You can appropriately use commas and apostrophes thanks to some macaroni pasta. But most importantly, you learned that Google is your best friend, but not a source for your works cited page. Starburst. You are bursting with excitement to get to middle school. You're ready to not have to walk in a line to places anymore. You are looking forward to playing sports teams and buying snacks at break time. Hold tight, you've got a few more days of fifth grade, and then get ready, Mrs. Keever. You're gonna love this group of superstars. And the last piece of candy, to connect to your lower school experience, is more of a wish for you. My wish for you is that you keep all you have learned with you as you move on to the next step of your educational journey. The words of wisdom that you shared last week with me, Cameron's, be yourself. Christiana's, try your best and don't give up. Isabella's, try something new. And Ruddock's, work hard and achieve your goals. These are all priceless lessons you have learned over the years. May all your memories and all that you have learned be everlasting. I will now ask Mr. Atkinson to join me in the presentation of certificates to the fifth graders. Would the fifth graders in the first row of Miss Caputa's homeroom please stand and line up to receive your certificates? Isabella Adriana Ackberry. Jack Daniel Briggs II. Ruddock Mendenhall Kleinard. James Huggan Collins, Jr. Josie Mae Cranfill. Emery Noel Cromer. Claire Marie Cumby. Would the fifth graders in the second row of Ms. Caputa's homeroom please stand and line up to receive your certificates? Caroline Elizabeth Elrod. Cameron James Lucas. Madara Janae Patron. Jana Marie Smith. Quentin Mathis Kenneth Stoferis. Would the fifth graders in the first row of Mrs. Reed's homeroom please stand and line up to receive your certificates? Lila Catherine Bailey. Evan Elise Bradley. Michelle Elizabeth Kapp. Christiana Georgie Ferentinos. Ashira Janae Harrison. Sanders Coyne Ingold. Would the fifth graders in the second row of Mrs. Reed's homeroom please stand and line up to receive your certificates? Isabella Grace Mills. Rowan Scott Philbrook. Colton James Runyon. Aubrey Sophia Shores. Madeline Corinne Taylor. Davis Franklin Williams. That concludes our fifth grade graduates. Let's all give them a round of applause. I would now like to invite Mrs. Keever, head of middle school, to come share a message welcoming you to the next division of middle school.
As I stand before you, preparing to welcome you into middle school, I must admit, your teachers say you are beyond ready. These last 9 months, juggling virtual and in-person learning, have prepared you in ways previous groups didn't get to experience. You should have pride in a lower school journey well completed. Your teachers are proud of your success and ready to escort you to this next endeavor. Your parents can hardly believe this day has arrived and may not be as ready as you are for this next step. So bear with me while I reassure them first. Parents, it seems like yesterday, these bright and energetic students were just entering school for the first time as pre-kindergartners or kindergartners. They didn't know how to read, write, stand in a line, get through the lunch line, or make new friends. And just look at them now. Not only can they read and write, now they can even speak Mandarin. The class has blossomed into an enthusiastic group of Wildcats. They have used their years of experience to learn and grow. Some experiences that have shaped them include making 100-day projects, playing first in math, mastering words their way, writing in cursive, creating their own unique North Carolina notebooks, and becoming famous characters for their wax museum presentations. If you had been given this grand syllabus the first day of school, you may not have returned for day 2. You may have felt overwhelmed or intimidated to try. All of those feats were accomplished with the love, support, and encouragement with your amazing lower school teachers. Parents, rest easy. Know that middle school will seem equally daunting at first, but we will all work together day by day over the next 3 years as your children continue to learn and grow and thrive during an extremely exciting and sometimes challenging time. Students, I imagine you are not as concerned, but rather eager to begin this new phase. Keep that enthusiasm and spirit as you dive into middle school. Try new things, make new friends, and reach for new goals. Do this with the assurance that your middle school advisor, teachers, and coaches are all available to step in and help if you falter. Resist the temptation to compare yourself to your peers. Relish the strides you are making. You have much to look forward to during your time in middle school with new responsibilities and privileges. Each of you will approach and master them at different rates. For example, you will go on an overnight field trip at the beginning of the year. Some of you will understand that a bedtime and hanging up wet clothes is prudent, while others may return home exhausted with a bag full of muddy clothes. You will get your own locker and be able to buy a snack during our break. Some of you will learn the first time that chocolate milk does not keep in a locker, while others may not learn that lesson as quickly. You will go from class to class on your own. Some of you will learn the first time that there is not enough time to play a game of basketball between classes, while others may test that theory a time or two. You will participate in artistic, dramatic, and musical performances and school sports, all the while juggling a little more homework in 7 different subjects. Some of you will master the time prioritizing and management puzzle quickly, while others may take a few months to get the hang of it. All of you will have opportunities to make many new friends in your own grade as well as 2 other grades. Some of you will navigate this easily, while others may need a little help branching out. With all of these exciting responsibilities and privileges, the one thing you must always do is your best. The middle school years are a time of great growth and maturity. You will continue to be challenged academically, artistically, and athletically, and learn how to stretch yourself in new ways. As you grow, you will experience many successes and make some mistakes. We will celebrate your successes and help you learn from your mistakes. You will continue to mature into special and unique young ladies and gentlemen, and before you know it, you will feel like a pro, secure in the knowledge that you have developed many new skills and talents. Bask in this moment of a journey completed while preparing and looking forward with anticipation to the steps ahead. We will climb those steps with you each day as you explore independence and achieve your best. Congratulations.
It is now time for some special recognitions. We'll start with an award from Mrs. Shelley Jennings. Mrs. Jennings was not able to be here today, so she asked me to present a music award in her place. She shared the following words. In following COVID safety policies, students did not play any wind instruments this year. Instead, fifth graders were given recorders to take home. Sorry, parents. These budding performers had a series of songs to learn, each increasing in difficulty. If they played the song well on their video, they earned a belt, which was a piece of yarn, to tie onto the end of their recorder. There are a total of 8 belts, culminating with the black belt. Today, we are going to recognize one student who was able to successfully learn all the songs at home. Congratulations to Quentin Stofaris. Please come to the podium to receive your award. I would now like to invite WAPA President Whitney Carroll to present a special award, and Mr. Atkinson will immediately follow Mrs. Carroll.
Good morning. Every year, WAPA asks staff and Westchester families to vote for an individual who goes above and beyond with their time and efforts to make this school a better place. This year, our Volunteer of the Year award goes to Miss Ashley Williams. Over the years, Ashley has been actively involved in Booster, a Board of Trustees member, a development subcommittee member, and an integral member of the Westchester family. The following are a collection of comments that staff members and Westchester families submitted. Ashley has volunteered countless hours and shared her design expertise to get the Wilson Center ready for opening day of school, especially during COVID. Her efforts were generous. She cheerfully shared time, talent, and donations. Another wrote, Ashley has been a strong leader as a board member and in helping with the interior design components of the Wilson Center. She stepped up with a vision for the Student Commons and Senior Lounge and was instrumental in getting design elements and furnishings for those spaces in order for the new building to open on the first day of school. Throughout the project, she was knee-deep in reviewing plans and samples for the spaces, which have had a profound impact on our students this year, giving them a clean, modern, and bright space to study and gather in small groups during a challenging year. Ashley also serves on the Board of Trustees Development Committee. She is willing to raise her hand when help is needed in making connections between the school and community and sharing her resources. Ashley and her family have supported the campaign, the auction, Chuck's Fund, and the annual fund, and are always eager to help out when the need arises. Ashley is a quiet resolve, working tirelessly for our community and always for Westchester. It is without a doubt that she will always step up when asked, exhibiting her dedicated Wildcat spirit. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. You're incredibly deserving of the 2021 Volunteer of the Year Award. Don't go anywhere.
So on behalf of the school community, I want to express my deepest gratitude for the leadership, passion, and creativity that Whitney brought to her role as the WAPA president this year. Despite limitations that she encountered, Whitney was committed, creative, and passionate about celebrating our faculty and staff. Thank you for your presence, your passion, your leadership, and for agreeing to do this again next year. Probably the biggest ask. So Whitney, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have a special recognition to share with you this morning. The Class of 2005 award was established in 2005 as a part of the endowment campaign and as a permanent award to recognize outstanding faculty leadership. The Class of 2005 Faculty Award recognizes a faculty member each year for extraordinary commitment to nurturing character, integrity, and leadership in the Westchester school community. The award is presented to a member of the Westchester faculty who during the course of the academic year has taken time to give of his or herself in a special way, as a mentor, confidant, tutor, or friend to students and faculty alike. The award's created to affirm the kind of selfless one-on-one support, instruction, good humor, and friendship that characterize our community at its very best, and turn an academic environment into a positive place for creative learning and personal growth. It's my honor to announce that this year, the recipient of the Class of 2005 award goes to Judy Tomlinson.
Thank you very much.
You gotta stand right here when I talk about it.
I brought my tissues.
Judy is affectionately known as Mrs. T by parents, students, and colleagues for her wisdom, humor, and kindness. It's hard to do the math on how many students she's cared for in her 28 years with us here at Westchester. She's been a powerful and consistent presence in our classrooms and halls, always ready to lend a helping hand to students and colleagues. Judy loves students and teaches them well. She's a beacon for knowing and caring for each child every day. It's hard to think of anyone more kind than she is, and her nurturing and compassionate nature were evident in her ability to earn the trust of her students. Even as her students grew up and moved on to middle and upper school, she would have a warm greeting and a hug to share with them. Here's what her division head had to say. Mrs. T is a person you can always count on to be there whenever needed. It did not matter the circumstances. She always figured out how to make things work. She's inventive, resourceful, and dependable at all times. She always described Westchester as her happy place. And the truth is, Westchester is a much happier place because of her. The fourth graders described her as smart, efficient, a sweet soul, and encouraging. One of her students said, "She is like a mama duck, and we were her ducklings. She kept in line." Another said, "She took care of us as if we were her own children." One alum put it this way, "She never failed to brighten my day with a simple hello, even after I reached high school. She brought so much joy to me and so many other lower school students over the years." An additional alum had this to say, "She made my time at Westchester so much more special in lower school and all the way through until I graduated. Seeing her in the halls or on the playground once I left lower school always made my day. She and her hugs got me through school." Thank you, Judy, for all that you've done for our students and our school, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And I have this for you. It's plaque. And then I have bad news. You got to stay up here because Blair's going to say something.
So Mrs. T thought she was just being recognized for her retirement this year, but surprise! Hi, my name's Mrs. T, not Mrs. Coffee. Just like a warm cup of tea, Mrs. Judy Tomlinson would introduce herself to students in a way that immediately gave a cozy, warm feeling, just like a cup of tea brings comfort and a smile to your face. For 28 years, Mrs. Tomlinson has shared her talents and energy with Westchester community as a teacher assistant and before-school care director. And today, we recognize the gifts she has shared with us over the years and celebrate her much-deserved retirement. Mrs. Tomlinson started her journey with Westchester when she and her husband, Alan, were looking for a school for their son, Will. Westchester was the perfect fit for their bright, spunky kindergartner, and Mrs. Tomlinson loved it so much she decided to get a job working here as well. Her role as an assistant teacher was never just a job. It was a place that made her so incredibly happy. She loved being able to help others and be a support for students and faculty alike. She felt her worth in the work she did at Westchester, and we all valued her tremendously for it. The students describe Mrs. T as funny, positive, an amazing listener, a great problem solver, and someone who is always there for you. Fifth grader Rowan Philbrook said, "You're the best because you're always there to talk to." Colton Runyon stated, "Mrs. T is such a good person to be around because she's so kind-hearted, understanding, sweet, nice, and gentle." Before becoming head of lower school, I had the pleasure of working with Mrs. T closely for 4 years when I taught 4th grade with Mrs. Driver. I'm sure many teachers who have worked with Mrs. Tomlinson over the years would echo me in saying, Mrs. T was a lifesaver in so many ways. She has the ability to read your mind and anticipate your needs, but also be there for you whenever you are in a bind. Forgot to make a copy of that assignment? No worries. Need someone to take students out for a break? Mrs. T was there with a smile on her face, no matter what the weather was outside. Broken laminator? No problem. She can fix it. Okay, this really might be a problem now that you're retiring because no one really knows how to fix it like you do. Need a helping hand? Mrs. T's ready to lend one. Even the 4th graders noticed that Mrs. T could be in the middle of something, but if someone asked her for help, she'd stop and go do it. Although not an official title, Mrs. T was the ultimate referee at recess. For those of you who have not supervised recess before, let me let you in on a little secret. All of life's social skills lessons are learned on the playground. Mrs. T has been pivotal in helping the students through their tiffs and rows during break time, but in a way that gets them through it on the other side, having learned valuable lessons. Aubrey Shores said it best with, "She will help you and try to make you understand better." In addition, she would win students over by giving a little extra break time on sunny days. Mrs. T, your legacy as a person of warmth, comfort, and support will live on forever in the lives you have touched over the years. We will be forever grateful for your hard work and dedication to Wildcat Nation. To end, I'd like to use James Collins's words of wisdom. All in all, there are too many good things to list about her, so I'm just going to say one thing. Miss T, you are incredible in every aspect. We wish you the best in your retirement. May there be many travel days ahead, seasons full of gardening, and opportunities to watch your precious grandchildren blossom. Congratulations, Mrs. Tomlinson. As 4th grader says, it's 28 years of Wildcat cheers. And these are sweet
Oh,
notes.
I love it. I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me the opportunity to be here 28 years. I'm going to miss you.
Thank you for attending today's fifth grade step-up ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Andrews and Mr. Mickey for their superb tech skills in allowing families to join us both here and afar for today's festivities. Thank you to Mrs. Caputa and Mrs. Reed for the never-ending care and nurturing learning environment you created for this group of fifth graders. To all the other lower school teachers, thank you for fostering the growth of these fifth graders over the years. And parents, thank you for your continued love and support of your child throughout their educational journey. Fifth grade families, we invite you to join us immediately following the ceremony to the Wilson Center for a celebration brunch with your fifth grader. We kindly ask that you sit with your immediate family during the brunch and practice social distancing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning, and congratulations again to our fifth graders. Would the fifth graders please stand and get ready for the recessional? All right, I would like to dismiss our fourth graders, and then fifth grade families, please join your fifth grader in the lobby, and then you can walk over to the Wilson Center. Thank you.